everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back with another video. First, I would like to apologize for this lighting situation. I'm not shooting at the best time, but this is the time that worked for me today, so sorry. So this topic was suggested by one of my followers on Instagram, and I'll be talking about, obviously, LOCS and femininity. I think that LOCS are very feminine, but I do believe that your femininity can be in question, or maybe you feel insecure in your femininity when your hair is either not locked yet and you're dealing with the fuzzies and frizzies, or when you're in the early stages and you're starting off with short locks, really short locks. But in general, I feel like locks are pretty feminine just across the board. As you know, long hair tends to be associated with femininity, and oftentimes we with locks, we grow our hair as long as we can. So even men have long locks, and I know people who do feel like locks are feminine for that reason. But it's all in the individual. A man can wear his long locks and look very masculine, in my opinion. But he can also wear his long locks and look very feminine. It all depends on how he carries himself. In the early stages, I had my own issues with my femininity. And I'm sorry if I'm having trouble saying that word, but I do stutter and stuff, so bear with me. In the early stages, I had my issues with femininity because for my whole life, I associated my beauty to having long hair. I mean, not completely, but in part. I've always had long hair naturally. I've always worn my hair long. I do remember times, I think I was in middle school, or no, I was in between middle school and high school. I had colored my hair like a blondish red. I had lightened my hair in 8th grade, and through the end of 8th grade my hair got so fried and brittle, I didn't really know how to maintain that my hair dyed. So my mom decided I needed to cut most of my hair off, and I cut it up to neck length. And I remember crying so hard for like hours. And another time, so my hair finally grew out. It grew out and it was nice and long again. And then my hair got damaged. I forgot what damaged it, but I remember that being in like 10th grade. I had to cut it again, but I cut it like up to here, so it wasn't super short. I remember now. I went to the salon for a trim, and the Dominicans, man, you can't tell them a trim. They will give you a whole haircut, and that's what she did. She cut off like a good 4 inches of my hair, and it was like up to here again. And I remember rolling on my bed just crying. I was so upset. And my brother was like, Keisha, it looks really cute. I'm like, no, I like my hair long. And even if my ends were like damaged and split, I just wanted that length. So when I went natural, and I grew my hair natural by wearing braids, and then when I finally took the braids out, I put in the locks. I installed my locks, and my hair was like this small. I was very optimistic because, and I was really passionate about starting my locks, and I was really, you know, I really wanted my locks. So I just ate it. I just sucked it up and dealt with it being short. I didn't cry or anything like that, but I was struggling with trying to feel pretty. Prior to then, my style, like as far as how I dressed, it was never very feminine. I didn't really wear dresses and skirts. Maybe a skirt here and there, but I didn't. Oh, actually, that's not all the way true. I did like accessories a lot. I love to wear accessories and like jewelry and things like that. I always like jewelry, but I always have. But at the same time, I still have like a tomboy kind of swag, in my opinion. I always wear Converses, you know, and I felt like because my hair was short with my baby locks, I really wanted to feminine it up a little bit, you know. I wanted to look more girly because I didn't feel girly anymore, because I didn't have my long ponytail. I didn't have my long hair anymore. So that's when I started playing with hair accessories like big bows and hair bands. And when I look back on those pictures, I'm like, that was not me. That's so not me. But I did it to try to feel pretty, and I started playing with makeup more, and I was wearing bigger earrings. And I mean, I guess I do wear big hoops. Like I'm a hoop girl, but at that time I was playing with all different kinds of earrings, big ones, and started wearing dresses and skirts and stuff and cute rompers and things like that. I remember those days. Yeah, I was really coming into my own and finding my own style, and eventually you just get used to it. You get used to your hair, and yeah, there came a point where I stopped trying to do all that extra stuff. I stopped trying to wear these extra pretty accessories, all these extra pretty outfits, and then I just started wearing my combat boots and my cargo pants and stuff again. And that is when I started getting hit on by girls a lot. So I guess I did have a certain look, but I was comfortable with how I looked. And I still played with makeup and stuff. I started to get more into makeup and artistry behind that. But yeah, I just feel like when it comes to locks and women, you know, finding their way around wearing their locks and feeling feminine, I think that in itself is a journey, or I should say it's a part of the journey. And you'll end up getting comfortable, and you'll see where you fit in. You see where, you know, your comfort level lies. And yeah, now that my hair is super long, I don't worry about my femininity when it comes to my hair, except for the fact that you know, we black women in general, I don't want to generalize, but I can say that in general we do change our hair up a lot. You know, one week you may have a pixie cut, the next week you're gonna have 28 inches down your back, and the next week you may have cornrows, and the next week you have a bob. And a lot of the times, you know, black women do pride themselves in their hair and the versatility of black hair, how we can switch it up and still switch it up, and you know, that brings a bit of intrigue and excitement and mystery when it comes to us black women. But and I do feel like locks are versatile, of course, but I do feel like the longer your locks get, the less versatile they are. That's kind of weird to say, but I guess I'll say the longer your locks get, the more difficult it is to be versatile with your locks. I can say that, yeah, because it's more of a hassle dealing with and styling longer hair. So so I don't really get to switch it up as much as I would like, so I do end up switching it up more with my makeup. So yeah, so leave me a comment below and let me know if you are dealing with any sort of struggles with femininity and having locks, or if you're a man, what is your perspective on locks on women? And yeah, I'm really curious. I feel very feminine, especially when my locks are retwisted. So right now I have a fresh retwist, and that makes me feel very neat and put together, and that makes me feel feminine. But yeah, femininity is not like one thing. So femininity doesn't necessarily mean, you know, getting dolled up and being pretty. Femininity also has to do with, you know, owning yourself as a woman. And most days, you guys don't see it, but most days I am wearing my glasses, my hair is in a ponytail or tied back. I use my own locks to tie it back, and I'm wearing, well, not this season, but like maybe like in the fall, sweatpants and sweatshirts. That's like my attire for the most part. And yeah, and even when I'm looking a hot mess, you know, I do still attract attention, and I do still get compliments walking down the street, because I feel like the femininity is a lot more than how you present yourself as far as your clothing, but is also like an essence and a way of being. So yeah, let me know your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Love, light, and locks.